So disk thrashing is a phenomenon when we are using virtual memory based operating system like Windows and the memory management technique like paging with hard disk drive. We know that hard disk drive has got moving parts. Hard disk drive has got moving parts. So the data retrieval is actually slow. And when we like to retrieve the data, we have to have this hard disk used as much as possible. So the main drawback when using hard disk drive for disk thrashing is when the memory becomes full. All right. So let's say the main memory fills. More and more data and pages need to be swapped between the main memory and the virtual memory. Okay. So the main drawback when using hard disk drive is that as main memory fills, more and more data and pages starts or need to be swapped in and out of the virtual memory. So this is your hard disk drive. This actually leads to a high rate of hard disk read and write and head movements. When that happens, this is called disk thrashing. What is this thrashing? High rate of hard disk read and write head movements. So high rate of hard disks read and write head movements. All right. So this is disk thrashing. If more time is spent on moving pages in and out of the memory than actually doing any process, means processes are now halted and the read and write operation to move pages from main memory to hard disk, virtual memory, from virtual memory and hard disk is happening more rather than any process, means the system is halted for you. It is now some it is now in uh, a kind of situation where system is unable to respond to you, rather it is doing just this swap between the hard disk and disk thrashing. So if more time is spent by the operating system on moving pages in and out of the memory than actually doing any process, the user related process, then the processing speed of the computer will be obviously reduced. A point can be reached when the execution of the process comes to a halt and systems become the system seems to be hanged. It is now doing nothing for you, but you are hearing noises from your hard disk. All right, so system is not responsive and hard disk is making a lot of noises. Since the system is so busy paging in and out of the memory, this is known as the thrash point. Thrash point is when system is halted for the user and completely busy paging in and out of memory. This is called what? Thrash point. Due to the large number of head movements, this can also lead to a premature failure of the hard disk. All right. So this can lead to the premature failure of the hard disk. So this thrashing is somehow when we have got less memory, less actual main memory, that can actually lead to the failure of the hard disk. Thrashing can be reduced by installing more RAM, obviously. Okay, reducing the number of programs running at a time or reducing the size of the swap file, the file which is being swapped. Okay, so how do we reduce the chance to avoid chance of disk failure? By having more RAM installed, by closing the currently running applications. Correct? So that is how we understand disk thrashing. So disk thrashing is a consequence